I want you guys to grow as people, as young men, and then the basketball court will take care of itself. And so TJ kind of bought in, Joe bought in, and so did Deshaun and Trey LaFleur. These guys bought in, and we started seeing some success last year, and we ended up in the sectional championship, and that hurt them really, really badly. So they got in the gym and they worked and worked and worked and worked, and they helped me change the culture. They helped me change the identity of the program, and I can't think of another thing.
TJ, talk about, you had a big game as usual, but it was plays like Richard and a couple threes from Cornelius that really got you going. I mean, everybody contributed today. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, everybody contributed. I mean, it's not a one-man show, it's a team thing. So, I mean, they all brought something to the table. I mean, Trey wasn't his best. I mean, he still came clutch for him. I mean, we all had each other's back. We told each other. We had each other's back. We didn't give up on each other. We didn't give up at all, actually. Folks told us to stay positive, keep our heads up. We've been here before. I mean, we worked too hard to get to this point, so we didn't give up, and we actually believed. I mean, we came out on top.
TJ,
Coach Chambers, City of Champions TV. I must say you have 5 amazing young men there with you. Amazing young men. That was a championship win, young guys. And on behalf of City of Champions TV, Coach Chambers and you 5 individuals, to God be the glory. Job well done, guys.
Thank you.
TJ, you guys are down 6, 3 minutes left. And you got that 3-point play and you hit that hook. Did you know that was like a crucial moment down 6 there that you needed to step up?
Yeah, I mean, coaches kept telling me attack. I mean, the dude that was number 12, I mean, he couldn't stay in front of me. So I kept going at him. My shot started to fall. I mean, I just went to the rack with a lot of confidence. I mean, I was just trying to win. I mean, 'cause we win, we made history. I mean, we made history right now. So it's just so emotional right now. It means a lot to our school and our community. So, hey, because this is all God's work. Without God, none of this would be possible at all. So, I mean, like, we thank the man above and keep it first at all times.
Why did you buy into your coach? It seemed like if you were going to buy in, everybody else was going to follow.
Yeah, I mean, if I go, my team goes, and I believe that. And when he came in, I was like, he actually knows what he's doing and what he's talking about. So, hey, I mean, one of the smartest coaches I've played under, like in a long time. I mean, I love him to death. Like I said before, I mean, he's like a father figure, and we believe in every word he told us and said to us. I mean, and when we believe, you see what happened. State championships.
TJ, you've seen the Belleville programs, Weston, Althoff, win some state titles. How did it motivate me for you guys to step up and reach this point?
Yeah, when we saw Belleville West win state last year, we knew we could do it too. I mean, we just had to believe. It all comes down to belief. I mean, we believe we can make it possible, and we made it possible. I mean, when Belleville West won, that was like fuel to our fire. If they could do it, we could do it. I mean, we worked all summer, all year long. We went through a lot of adversity, a lot of hating. I mean, just a lot. So we stayed the course at hand. I mean, we didn't give up. We didn't let the crowd or anybody get in our head and tell us different. We knew we stayed together. I mean, we all we got. So, I mean, we came out on top.
Mark, where do you think TJ ranks among guys in the state? Everybody saw Liddell a lot. You hear a lot about all the guys up in Chicago. We haven't heard as much about TJ, but he looks.
Well, I've been saying the whole time, TJ is the most underrated player in the state. Even though I think he made 3, 4. I mean, he's such a hard matchup, and he can do so much. That's one of the things that we've really been working on over this past year is him becoming a complete player. He can shoot the 3, he can handle, he can post you up, and so St. Louis is going to get a gym with him. It's no secret because he can do everything. So as far as his rank in the state, I mean, he's my player. I think he's number 1. And that's just it. I mean, you look at the matchups that he's had against some of the top players. He had 34, 30. I mean, against some of the top 2 players. I'm gonna put him number 1.
Sean, what does it mean when your coach says that you guys, this whole group has changed the culture of the program? What does that kind of mean for you? That the St. Louis culture, high school has kind of changed a little bit because of you guys.
It means a lot to me. I mean, like, he came in, changed the culture. At first, when he first came, we didn't want to buy in. But we was thinking, like, oh, this is another coach. But then Terrence Hugger was telling us, he actually knew what he was talking about, so we all had to buy in. We all had to listen, and we finally got the changing around. Then this year, we worked hard, got in the gym, because we didn't want to have that feeling that we had last year. And we came out with the state championship.
Coach Jamie, you told me about the schedule that you played this year, which is going to get you ready for this game like this. And as you look to your left, you got two guys that you brought in, and they would challenge you every night up until this point. How do you feel about that schedule that you put on these guys, where Richard and Elijah responded their role every night? They had to respond every night. It was never night off for those guys. So about the schedule and those two guys.
Yeah, well, in putting the schedule together this past year, we knew that we were going to. Our goal was to be one of the top teams in the state. We knew we had a lot of talent. Nobody else did. Nobody else believed it but these guys. So we knew that if we put them in situations to get better against some of the top teams, that once we learn how to win those types of games, we'll be ready for March. And that's kind of what happened. So we went through we played the West, we went to Detroit, we played and we knew that playing in those environments would help us long term. And that's why in a game like this, when you're down 7 with 3 to go, it doesn't faze you, because you've been there, done that, and it's just another challenge. And you know, these guys have met pretty much every challenge put forward in front of them. Now these two guys, I mean, they came in and they knew me, and it was an adjustment for both of them, being the top 2 scorers pretty much for the team last year, just to fill in and find their role. It was difficult for them at times, but I mean, they found their roles. They become brothers. All these guys, they're like brothers. If you guys can see them, it's absolutely amazing. And that's why it really made it easy for the transition. And so they've done a really great job. Really, really great job.
You swing far to your right. These two guys that's on the end down here, it made it happen every night at the guard position, whether it was defensive or offensive. What do you got to say about these two guys?
Well, Jashawn he's a feisty leader. I call him the feisty leader, but he's an extension of me on the court. You know, he keeps these guys in check. He's gritty, he's gutty, and he's going to do whatever it takes to win a game. There's been a couple games where he's led us in rebounds, you know, and because he doesn't care. He's like, whatever I got to do. If I got to guard the toughest guy, if I got to score, if I got to rebound, if you need me to assist, he's just going to get it done. And Trey LaFleur, I mean, he's hit so many big buckets for us this year, you know, in crucial times. And to me, with him, it was all about confidence. It was all about getting him to believe, because he was on JV. He averaged 25 points a game 2 years on JV when I got here, and he wasn't even on varsity. I'm like, that's got to be, it's crazy. So I moved him up to the varsity level and told him, shoot it. And that's what he's been doing. He's just been really, really big shots for us. And
Say the last guy for least, the best for last, they say. This young man sitting right next to you brought a lot of things to the table for these guys to follow lead on. What can you say about TJ?
well, I mean, I can speak always about TJ, because he's a great, all of these guys are great people. I'm going to make that first. They're just great people. And that's what we talk about all the time. But TJ, he's bridged the gap for me. You know, when I came in, I knew that was where I wanted to be, and I knew that there was a gap, and he's helped bridge that gap. And he's an excellent leader. I've taught him how to lead. He's still working on that part of it. He works on his game more than ever now. And he and the other guys kind of buy into him. They all get along great, and he's made that. His personality helps them to all mesh. And the way that he has helped these two